Jesse and Erin's grandma was busy behind the counter at the Sunshine Cove post office. Between sorting the mail and serving customers, she had no time to visit the fish market herself, so she asked Jesse and Erin for their help. "Mrs. Busby told me the trawler came in this morning," said Grandma. "I won't have time, so I want you to go down to the fish market and see my friend Captain Capelli. Ask him to choose the fish for our dinner and just tell him to put it on my account." "Okay, Grandma," said Jessie. The fish market was jumping like live bait fish in a bucket. Everywhere you looked there was activity. Crews were cleaning down trawlers, captains were swapping stories about market prices and weather conditions as the crew washed down the boats or sat on overturned crates and mended nets. Erin spotted Captain Capelli first. It wasn't hard. Everything about him was big, from his big bushy beard to the black gumboots on his feet. "Erin! Jesse!" he boomed. "Good to see you! You're staying with your grandma in the holidays, hey? What can I get for yous?" "Grandma would like a fish for dinner, please, Captain," said Jessie. "Come into my shop and I'll get the perfect fish for yous." The twins followed Captain Capelli inside, and he walked behind a long glass cabinet where shiny, glassy-eyed fish were displayed on a bed of ice. He chose a fish and held it up for their approval. "You like that, hey? Fresh off the trawler, just for yous." Jesse nodded his approval, and the twins watched the captain wrap the fish, first in a clean white paper and then in an outer layer of newspaper. Erin thanked the captain. "You're welcome," he smiled. "You come back and visit me again soon and we'll go out on my trawler. Okay?" "Okay." Back in Grandma's kitchen, Erin unwrapped the fish to show it to her. "Oh, that's lovely," she said approvingly. "Captain Capelli always gives me the best. Jessie, do you think you could fillet the fish the way I showed you?" "Ah, easy," said Jessie. "And guess what the captain said? He's going to take us out on his trawler." "Oh, that'll be fun," said Grandma. "Erin, what are you reading?" Erin had taken the newspaper the fish had been wrapped in and smoothed it out. "My star signs," she said. "I'm an Aries." "Erin," said Grandma in shocked surprise. "When did you start following your horoscope?" Erin looked at her grandma and shrugged. "Oh, I don't follow it every day," she said. "My friends and I are just curious sometimes. It's just for fun." "It's not fun to God," said Grandma. "It's a very serious matter." "I didn't know it was a bad thing to do," said Erin. "Oh, not really." "I did," said Jessie. "Same with crystal balls and palm reading and all that stuff." "The Bible tells us that we are not to take any notice of fortune tellers," said Grandma. "If we need to know something, we go to God." She took the newspaper from Erin's hands and let it fall to the floor as she gave her a cuddle. "Come and sit down," she said. "I'll tell you another story about Daniel." One night, King Nebuchadnezzar had such disturbing dreams that he couldn't sleep. He called his magicians, enchanters, sorcerers and astrologers, and he demanded that they tell him what he had dreamed. They replied, "Tell us the dream, and we will tell you what it means." "No," replied Nebuchadnezzar, "you must tell me what I dreamt and then tell me the meaning." The astrologers begged, "Please, your majesty, tell us the dream and we will tell you what it means." Nebuchadnezzar demanded, "You must tell me the dream and then I will know you can interpret it. If you don't tell me my dream, I will execute you." No one except the gods can tell you your dream, the astrologers protested. The king was furious, and he ordered that all the wise men of Babylon be killed. When Daniel heard about this, he asked the commander of the king's guard what had happened. Knowing his life was at risk, Daniel went to see the king and requested more time to discover what the king had dreamt and its meaning. Daniel went home and told his friends Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego what had happened. He urged them to pray to God to reveal the secret so they would not be executed. That night the secret was revealed to Daniel in a dream, and he gave praise to God. Daniel went in to see the commander and said, "Don't kill the wise men. Take me to the king, and I will tell him the meaning of his dream." Daniel told the king, "There are no wise men who can reveal the king's secret, but there is a God in heaven who reveals secrets. Now I will tell you your dream and the visions you saw." In your vision you saw a huge, frightening, shining statue of a man. The head of the statue was made of fine gold. Its chest and arms were silver, its belly and thighs were bronze, its legs were iron, and its feet were a combination of iron and baked clay. As you watched, a rock was cut from a mountain, but not by human hands. It struck the feet of iron and clay, smashing them to bits. The whole statue was crushed into small pieces of iron, clay, bronze, silver, and gold. Then the wind blew them away without a trace, like chaff on a threshing floor. But the rock that knocked the statue down became a great mountain that covered the whole earth. Daniel then went on to explain the dream. "Your Majesty, you are the head of gold. God has given you sovereignty, power, strength, and honor. He has made you the ruler over all the inhabited world. The silver represents an inferior kingdom that will come after yours. The bronze is the kingdom after that one. Following that kingdom, there will be a fourth one as strong as iron. That kingdom will smash and crush all previous empires. The feet and toes you saw were a combination of iron and baked clay. This kingdom will be divided, like iron mixed with clay. It will have some of the strength of iron, but other parts will be weak as clay. The rock that was not cut by human hands, that crushed into the statue of iron, bronze, clay, and silver and gold, is the kingdom that the God of heaven will set up. It will crush all other kingdoms and will never be destroyed or conquered." King Nebuchadnezzar threw himself down before Daniel. "Truly your God is the greatest of gods, the Lord over kings, a revealer of mysteries, and you have been able to reveal this secret." Daniel was promoted to be ruler over the whole province of Babylon, as well as chief over all the wise men. At Daniel's request, the king appointed Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to be in charge of all the affairs of the province of Babylon.
"I'm never going to look at my horoscope again," said Erin. "Whenever I want to know something, I'll be like Daniel and I'll ask God for his help and he'll tell me what I need to know." "I'm glad to hear it," said Grandma. "Now, Jessie, what are you doing?" Jessie had rescued the newspaper from the floor and was folding it neatly in half. Erin couldn't believe her eyes. "Don't tell me you're going to look at your horoscope after everything Grandma just told us." "Of course not," said Jessie. "I'm filleting the fish, aren't I?" "Yeah, so? I've got to have something to wrap the fish guts in." Thanks for watching. Go to kuikidsministry.com.au and you can read the story for yourself and download the colouring sheet for free. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.